You're tuned in to My 95.1 Sports Zone, the podcast for students by students. We're bringing you the latest highlights, hot takes, and behind-the-scenes stories from all things sports right here from the Killeen ISD Career Center. From Friday Night Lights to buzzer beaters and everything in between. If it's KISD Sports, we're talking about it. Let's dive in. Welcome back to episode 5 of this podcast. I'm with Brandon, I'm with David, and we're going to get right into it. So, David, tell me a little bit about the Harker Heights Midway game, what you saw from that.
Game of the week. First of all, I want my credit. I predicted this exactly how it was going to happen. My boy, Oakley Goins, kicked the game-winning field goal, and the defense got to stop right after that field goal, man. It was a really good game.
You did predict it, and I'm not going to lie, I didn't think it was going to happen. Personally, I'm not going to lie. I had my doubts when he played the week before that, missed 2 field goals. Again, they were pretty close, but he missed them, and when it mattered, he made the credit.
It's credit to him. Sometimes, like, the guys show up in the bigger moments, and I think that's what Oakley Goins does. I mean, because a lot of guys could have just fumbled and be like, "Oh man, this is too big," but not him. He kept his composure. He stayed poised, and he knocked the game-winning field goal. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe Harker Heights was trailing in that game. They had to rally back to win.
Yeah, they were down in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
they opened up the second half with a kick return touchdown to tie the game up 14-14. But it was a really good game. These 6A teams really put on a show for us, and we'll talk about the other one down the road. But, yeah, this game of the week proved to why it was the game of the week, 24-21 ball game. This is a big hit for Midway, though. People don't know Midway has to play Heights. Now they have to play Shoemaker, and then they have to play Temple their first 3 weeks of district. So that loss really hurts. So it puts a lot of pressure on them on these next 2 games.
Yep. And I just worry. My only concern for Midway now is the wear and tear, because that's 3 straight weeks against physical great teams that they got to play.
Yeah, they got to stay healthy.
They got to stay healthy. That's gonna be risky.
Yeah, that is definitely a tough stretch. I mean, those are 3 of the best teams in the area.
That's the teams they're competing.
Back to back.
That's the teams they're competing with, trying to get district and try to get a good playoff spot. Like, they gotta make something happen fast.
This district is matched up with a district of doom, so seeding definitely matters. And if you don't know, the district of doom it's Duncanville, DeSoto, Lancaster, all those teams up there up north. Yep. So
and that's
these games definitely matter.
And that's the scary part, because like one loss could just screw up your whole season, really. Like this loss right here could really screw up Midway, but I trust them. I trust them to bounce back. I don't know about this week to bounce back, but I trust them to bounce back at some point.
Next up, we got Ellison, David.
Man, they traveled down to Abilene to play Odessa. They made this trip every year, I'm pretty sure, under Coach Servance. And
Friday Night Lights.
Saturday.
It was actually Saturday afternoon.
That won.
Yeah.
They won 48-34. Shout out to their defense, man. They had 2 pick six by Tyler Reed.
And I believe they had a forced fumble too.
Yes, by Demetrius Peters.
Yeah,
I want to highlight him. He's been playing his tail off these past couple of games, and they might have took a couple losses that stings, but he plays hard.
Plays through every whistle. He never gives up. He believes that they have a chance to win until the clock hits 0.
I think he's gonna have 100 tackles this season. I could see it. Like I said, he plays through every whistle. He's very disciplined. He doesn't do nothing. He doesn't have no stupid or costly penalties. He plays through every whistle, and he wants to win every game. Yeah,
that's a good guy.
Marlon Smith, man, he's continuing to improve.
Man, this guy's amazing. I mean, like, it's like he's getting better and better and better each week. And this bye week that they have this upcoming week, I think is going to help him get even
healthier. All these bang.
Like, he's doing so much for this team. He's just amazing. Like, I don't even know what to say.
Mind you, he's a sophomore. I keep trying to tell you.
2 more years left to develop.
Yes.
This
class of 2028 class is something special.
You said Ellison travels down to Odessa like once a year or something like that?
So Coach Servance has scheduled this, I'm pretty sure, every year he's been under Ellison, being Ellison's head coach. So they've traveled to Abilene, so they meet each other halfway, and then they play.
Yeah, and credit to Odessa, I mean, for at least putting up a fight, because Ellison's not a bad team. I mean, I believe they have a winning record anyway, but they're not a bad team. And they're definitely a better team than I think their record suggests. They have a really good quarterback. They have a really good receiving core. Defense, they have a couple players on there, so
reminds me of another team we're about to talk about in a little bit.
Oh,
great defense, great players, but they're better than what their record shows.
So if y'all didn't know, it's Killeen's homecoming weekend this past week, and they played Copper's Cove, a really good program. They're 4-1 now after beating Killeen. They dropped 31-30, and they were up 16 points.
They were up,
no, they're up 14
in the fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter, and it looked like they were, and I looked at, and when I checked the scoring on my phone, I said, okay, finally, it looks like Killeen. But I should have known the football gods are just against them once again.
It's something about that field, man. I made a joke on there. I was like, they might need to get a pastor down there and check on.
Man, it's like, oh my
cause
gosh, it's like I can't like. I really want Killeen to win, and I feel like, but I don't even know what to say.
Teams need to be on the lookout because this is just more and more fuel going into
them.
district. I think they're gonna beat a team that's gonna mess up the whole district.
Exactly.
In 6A.
No, you
it might be this week.
Yeah.
It might be this week.
They're a team that you don't want to play them and like think it's gonna be an easy victory.
Think it's gonna be easy just because their record.
They're gonna make you work on it. And I want to point out some things about both these teams. First, I'm gonna start off with Killeen. They have an absolutely phenomenal running back in Shadrack Gordon.
Yeah.
Oh my,
Really
hard.
good. I believe he played linebacker last year, but they have an absolutely phenomenal running back in Shadrack Gordon. He's running hard. He's fast. Plays through the contact. I mean, I just keep feeding him if I was clean. Obviously, it was D'Angelo Ingram's first game back,
And it
Such a
shows.
and it was a good one.
Such a boost.
I was commentating on that game. Literally, the first throw that Ingram had went for like 40 yards.
Yeah.
Exactly, and it was on the money. It was a really good throw. I think it was to Tavares Miles, who played quarterback for Killeen
Previously,
in the
hey,
previous games.
that's
Yeah.
dope right
That's
there.
dope.
Yep. So current quarterback throwing to former quarterback, and he actually got hurt later on in that game, Miles. So hopefully he's okay. He was limping around a little bit, and obviously that Killeen defense. I mean, they're a really good defense. They kind of fell apart later in the second half, but it's not their fault completely. They had to keep getting on the field consistently with Copper's Cove's onside kicks that were connecting.
Defense, yeah.
So
Yeah.
when you're consistently on the field, there's consistent chances for their offense to score, and that's what happened. And obviously, even some special teams plays when they were kicking blocks and stuff. We have audio from that game. The Killeen defense, they blocked the extra point kick and brought it back to the house. That was the extra 2 points that they got, and that's when it just kept going.
As the kicker's lining up his kick, he's missed one today after a block, and another one's gonna be blocked. And there's a Killeen man on that. He's running down the sideline. Nobody's gonna catch him. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. There he goes. 2-point conversion for Killeen.
And then more on Copper's Cove, their running back KJ Ziegler. Shadrack Gordon played better than him. I thought KJ Ziegler was gonna go crazy. He ended up going crazy later on. That guy is absolutely phenomenal running back.
That's a dog right
He's
there.
a dog. He's been a dog. And I've seen 2 games from him this year, and it's the same thing every time, running through contact, breaking out of tackles.
I'm gonna give a shout out to them. If y'all don't know, that's a brand new coaching staff over there at Copper's
Really?
Cove. Yes. That's a team with full experience, college experience, and some pro experience on that coaching staff, and it's shown. They really could be 5-0 right now, but definitely they dropped one to Georgetown earlier this season. And let's move on to
Well, hold on.
Killeen, I want to talk about Killeen.
Before
Killeen.
I'll go first. Before we move on, shout out also to TJ Hokett for coming in the game after Craig Davis went down with, I believe, an injury, and he stepped up and he ended up throwing the winning 2-point conversion at the end of it. Shout out to him, because to step up and be put in that situation immediately, it's hard to make a play like that.
Definitely.
And he ended up doing it.
I want to talk about one last thing about Killeen. I understand they're 0-5, but they're just literally a few plays away from being 4-1. This team is better than what their record shows. I really believe that, and I just hope they can win some games. And I feel like they are going to pop somebody eventually. Like it's going to be.
Man.
And I'm not predicting. And I want y'all to remember what I'm saying. I'm not predicting, but it could happen this week. I mean, hey, the team they're playing against is a really good coached football team. They're a really good football team, but hey, we've seen them look a little shaky. And if Killeen can take advantage of it, then I believe they can pop them.
Moving on,
Chaparral.
Brandon. Hey,
Your boys. Okay, first of all, they played a really good team.
Listen,
Really
hey,
good team in 6A.
no, I don't want to use no excuses, man. Listen, hey, I was talking smack for the man, and hey, and they went on a business trip, and it did not go well. I'm just gonna be honest. Hey, it did not go the way as I planned. I'm not gonna make excuses. I was talking smack. I gotta back it up. And hey, I was wrong, but I still believe this team can be really good. Unfortunately for them, as much as I was talking about their defense has a little bit of concerns. David Cooper, Cedar Park's quarterback, he completed 15 out of his 17 passes. 88% for 206 yards and 2 touchdowns. And then their running back, Hill, they as a team, they ran for 263 yards. But Hill, their running back, he carried the ball 24 times and got 220 yards. They were just feasting on them. And based off what I've seen, I shouldn't have said Cedar Park was gonna lose. They looked so much bigger compared.
That's okay. Let's give Chaparral credit.
They fought. They didn't quit. They tried, but hey, it just didn't.
Once again, this is only their 4th year. They're going to continue to get better and better. That's a really good program over there, and it was a good test. They kept fighting. I like it. But if y'all don't know what the final score was, it was 57-14. Took a tough one going into district. They got Georgetown up next, another tough opponent going into district.
And I believe they're going to be rallying the troops.
Competitive. Hey, you only get better by playing those better teams.
That's why I think. Look at Killeen. I mean, I understand, but look at them. They're getting better and better. That's what I think Chaparral is going to do. They're going to get better and better. And they host. And I would be in attendance for that game.
Which
I'm
one?
A superstar
Against Georgetown?
Yep.
I'm going to be calling that one, too.
You're going to be, all right, but hey,
we're
going to say, hey, look, I'm going to be there.
In my opinion, the best game of the weekend, Shoemaker versus Temple. I was in attendance for this game. We were all kind of split up this week. But, man, oh, man. Coach Toby Foreman and the Shoemaker Grey Wolves beat Temple for the first time in 21 years.
21
years. He said, didn't he say at the end of the game they finally slayed the dragon?
Yes.
You know, this win was so big that did y'all know I found out that Coach Foreman got punched in the eye because they were celebrating so hard.
Yeah.
But he said it was worth it. And you know what? If it takes me getting punched in the eye for my team to win, then guess what? I will do it.
And that's also the first time they beat Temple under Coach Foreman. Man, it was a great game. It was a playoff atmosphere, man.
Hey, this team is looking like they can make a run.
They can make a run. Both teams, they fought their tails off.
When I tell you, it was on the Temple side, it was packed from. Whoa! It was a packed game. Shoemaker traveled well. There was a couple guys from the district who came down to watch it. It was a great game. Shoemaker was down 13-14 at the half. I want to really shout out their defense. They really stepped up and got stops when they really needed to at least get them into field goal range and to kick the game-winning field goal.
James Evans with a clutch interception, I see.
Yes, that was huge at the half.
I think that changed the whole momentum of the game, in my opinion, when I seen that, because it felt like I didn't want to say Temple was slipping away because they were only at 1 point, but it felt like maybe they had some momentum. But that interception, I felt like kind of changed the tide of the game. And like you said, that defense came up with clutch stops when they needed it, and they came up with a clutch stop right there.
Brandon Van Jr., man. If y'all don't know, he's 2 touchdowns away after this game to break the all-time scoring record.
Really?
BB3.
Bro, he still got like 4 games left.
Yeah. He had 14 carries, 122 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Wait, you said 2
against Temple. 122 yards against Temple.
You said 2 touchdowns away? How many games? Oh, like Gio said, he's not gonna break it. He's gonna shatter that. That is not even. That's just gonna be. I think he's gonna do it this next game.
And then Damani Ellison, he threw his first pick this game, but mind you, he stepped up into a moment, a first-year starting quarterback, and he played his tail off. Made correct throws. He was 12 for 17, good completion percentage. Found his guy Jamal Polite with 4 receptions and 90 yards, and Jihad McCoy, the sneaky player of the game who made correct blocks. If y'all don't know, to set them up in field goal range, caught a 27-yard pass to put him down inside the 20 to kick the game-winning field goal.
And see, that's the thing. And it's not always about the flashy. That's the thing about Shoemaker. I don't think they all care about them flashy stats. They just want to win. And I think that's why they play as a team. And Coach Foreman makes sure these guys like, hey, it's not about the stats and the flashy plays. It's about making the right play at the right time. And I think that's what they do. They're a very clutch team, and they know how to win.
Yeah, that was a great game. You had to be there to experience that. And Temple's, I want to give shout out to Temple. They had a college-type atmosphere. When they scored a touchdown, they had them lights blinging like there was Alabama. That was cool. I'll give them credit for that.
You did show me that actually looks really cool. That looks like something like somebody in college would do. That is.
When I tell y'all, that was like that was literally a taste of what the playoffs is going to be for Temple and Shoemaker.
And one little last thing. So I was on the Shoe and Temple game. Some girl was talking to me, saying that Temple was gonna win. I said, "Hey, you want to bet against Shoemaker?" I said, "Okay, that's fine." And watch what happens. And Dale made me look good. She bet against Dale.
The game of the week is Shoemaker and Midway.
Yep.
And I just want to talk about how big this game is for both teams.
I don't want to say the winner of this game is like it's going to just win district, but the winner of this game will put themselves ahead. They'll most likely win. I think they'll put themselves ahead.
Especially if Shoemaker wins, because the Midway's not going to have a chance for district with 2 losses.
With 2 losses in district play already. Yeah, absolutely not.
I think whoever's going to have to win this district is either going to have to go undefeated or have one loss. That's how tough this district is.
That's why I think this game has very, very high stakes. Because
Midway's 4-1, Shoemaker's 5-0. It's going to be at Chaparral Sears Stadium. It's Shoemaker's blackout game. Definitely, if Shoemaker win this one, that is the game of the year on October 31st. We keep bringing it up every episode. This game on Halloween against Harker Heights can have the biggest implications in KISD's history. I think that game will be packed to the brim. I think this next game is going to be packed to the brim. This 6A district is tough.
Yeah, it's really good, and I think every team really so far in our area has like made games like really fun and competitive. Like the fans, like they're selling out and people are traveling well. That's what I really love about the KISD area.
I want to bring that up. There's no way we don't pack out the home side for this Shoemaker game. There's no way.
Yep.
There should be no seats available for people to sit for this game. Everybody needs to be at this game. We need to go support our teams. This is the first time since 2020 Shoemaker is undefeated. Let's rally behind both these teams. Let's rally around Harker Heights. Let's rally around Ellison. Let's rally around all these KIC teams. There's no way we have a home game at Leo Buckley or Sheriff Stadium and it's not packed. There's no way.
Yep.
It should be packed every game.
Yeah, we'll move on to our top 5 teams. Jordan, you want to go first? I guess we'll give it to
Brandon. You can go first. Y'all two can go first.
Listen, guys. At number 1, obviously, I have Shoemaker. I mean, guys. They're 5-0. They look like the best team in the area. They're so dominant, well coached on both sides of the ball. Coach Foreman's doing an amazing job. At number 2, I know they have 2 losses right now, but I still have to respect Heights, although they do look a little shaky.
They have the best strength of schedule, if y'all didn't know.
They're still a well coached team. I still believe in them. At 3, I have Midway. Their quarterback is really good, and their offense is really good as a whole. Number 4,
running back.
I have Temple. Although I know their quarterback, I think their quarterback is still hurt. They played great.
Whoa, pause. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. That Shaptamale's hurt, but that 2028 quarterback stepped up into that of a moment against Shoemaker and played his tail off.
Yeah, I still have Temple at 4 because I still think they're a well-coached team. I know they just lost, but hey, they're 4-1. They still have there's still plenty of game left. Yep. And at number 5,
oh Lord,
I have the Chaparral Bobcats. Now I know what you guys are saying. They just lost 57-14, but guys, I don't care. Losses happen. Now, granted, maybe losses shouldn't happen like that. But guys, listen, I'm still high on this team. Losses happen, and I still believe that Coach McCurry can get these guys right. And I believe they'll beat Georgetown. If we're making any predictions, I think they'll beat Georgetown this week.
Lord. Okay. We'll just move on to mine then. I got kind of the same thing as Brandon pretty much. My first one's Shoemaker. Obviously, they look absolutely phenomenal. Second one's Heights. I think they have a really good quarterback. They're really well coached. I like them as a team. 3 and 4, I got Midway and Temple. You can kind of interchange them. Kind of. It could be 3 Temple, 4 Midway, or the other way around. Those two will always be those two teams. And at number 5, I'm going to put Ellison there. I think they have a really good quarterback.
What is wrong with y'all too?
I think they have a really good quarterback and really good receiving core.
Do y'all not value strength of schedule?
We do.
I don't think y'all do.
Well, hold on. You're the one who told me Cedar Park is one of the best teams, right? And
they dominated. Like they were supposed to.
Hey, strength of schedule.
And Chaparral still fought. But still, I think, here's my top 5. We have Shoemaker, Harker Heights, the clear 1 and 2.
Yeah.
But if y'all don't know, there's been a sneaky team down in 4A who's been playing in state
you think if La Vega played Chaparral, they would win?
Yes.
You think if they play Ellison?
Yes.
What if they've won? If they played Killeen?
Well,
I can't say that.
And then I have Temple and Midway at 5. They dropped to those spots because they took the losses.
You have La Vega in front of Temple and Midway?
Strength of schedule, and they're ranked.
You think La Vega would be Temple and Midway?
You think La Vega will be Temple?
This is a top 5. They have a loss. La Vega's undefeated.
Hey, it's his list. It's his list. Okay.
That's your opinion, man.
Hey,
but still,
you said strength of schedule matters. So just because they have a loss, I think, and you have Shoe at 1, they lost to the number 1 team on your schedule.
La Vega played the number 1 team and won.
Okay,
that is pretty.
That is a good point. Okay, I was going to say because you have Shoe at number 1, but Temple lost to the number 1 team on your thing, so shouldn't they be in front? But okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. La Vega wouldn't beat Chap though.
Yeah.
Or Ellison, but that's fine.
But let's get our predictions for the game of the week. Game of the week: Shoemaker versus Midway. Brandon, what do you got?
This is going to be a hard-fought game. Knowing Midway, knowing after the loss, I know I don't want to say they're going to be desperate, but you know they're going to be hungry for that win. They're going to want revenge because it felt like, honestly, in my opinion, last week maybe it was a look-ahead spot kind of. But hey, I think it's going to be a well-coached, hard-fought battle. But in the end, I just can't go against Shoemaker, man. I think they win a good, solidly defensively battled game. I think they win something like 28-14. I think both defenses will be good this game.
I got pretty much, Brandon nailed it right on the head. I think Shoemaker's going to come away with this one. I think they're going to be resilient, and they're going to find a way to win.
I do think Midway will fight, though. They're not just going to bow down.
Obviously.
That's why I say
it's going to be a close game.
This is another competitive game, man. Playoff implications early in the second week of district. Can Shoemaker stay undefeated, and can Midway jump right back into it? I'm going with Shoemaker 27-20. And yeah, man, I got Shoemaker winning, staying undefeated, 6-0.
Yep.
Okay.
We all got them moving at 6-0. Do you guys want to make a prediction on the Heights and Killeen game? I'm just saying.
I think this one's gonna be a lot closer.
I'd say we don't make predictions. Just be on the lookout, checking max preps throughout Friday.
Watch out.
Hey, if y'all don't want any predictions, I will. Well, no, I'm not gonna make predictions. You're right.
Let's just say it'll be close.
I think it'll be close because they're gonna compete. I don't want Heights overlooking Killeen. Killeen they're a well coached team and their defense is amazing. It's just they just have not been able to close these games, man.
Yep. Yeah. But y'all don't got anything else?
Nope.
All right, then that's gonna be a wrap for episode 5 of My 95.1 Sports Zone. Thank you all for joining, and we'll see you next time.